How's it going, everybody? Lance Akiro here, and this is Dreams. A lot of people has been expecting this game and are kind of curious out of their minds what this game entails and what it's about and what can you do and how you can do it. I mean, sure, we've seen videos from Media Molecule that created Little Big Planet 1 and 2 and then handed it down to another studio to continue on the legacy while they worked on this. So likely there was an invitational that I left in the community tab, and if you was lucky enough to get the invite, then you got the invite. So the fact that I'm able to stream this is because they got the green light for everybody to kind of share what they got, share what they made, and see what you guys think in the concept of either getting this to constantly create and continue playing other people's games just like in Little Big Planet. Alright, so first things first, no more sack boys. Sorry to say, there is no more sack boys. But this little guy here that's floating is called an imp, and he's the one that does all the creating this time. Now, it's used from my PlayStation 4 DualShock controller. You can use the Move controllers, but I'm waiting until the VR features up because I feel like if I do the VR, it's a little bit more easy to create. Now with the controller, it's okay, but I tend to still have a little bit of issues with it. But that's just, it takes practice and know-how. So I'm just gonna give you guys a tour of what's inside Dreams Beta. All right, so this little guy is just a little default creator or default character that you can just move around in your little lobby. Now, I know that they say multiplayer was supposed to be in the works, but I don't know just yet. Not yet, anyway. So, with that said, this little field here is literally your home base. Just like you would in any other Little Big Planet, you have your own home and you get to scurry about. So, you can create in here and customize it the way you want and invite your friends to see it. As you can see here, this is the home editor. You can search for stuff that you earned in the storyline or, other concepts, but let me see. Just give you guys a demonstration. So, I could plant this little flower here. You could resize it, make it bigger. Again, it still takes a little practice when it comes down to it. And then you just plant a couple here. And like I said, I'm just using the DualShock 4. It takes practice. And now I got flowers in my little field. Wow, those are really nice flowers. Huh. Alright. Alright, so why don't we check out other stuff in Dreams that you guys are probably curious about that you may want to know or ask questions about. Likely you didn't need to go through that. Right here you get a profile and you get level ranks actually. So depending on your level ranks you create and or play other people's game and you level up that way. The more you level up, the more you earn stuff, which is great because I guess it shows your personality and contribute to the game itself. Alright, so let's see what else we got. Dreamers. Also, these are other people's imps. I don't know if you can like customize your imps or you just have to earn it based on leveling. Like you can see that a lot of these people have worked on audio, designs, art. So literally your characteristic, how it becomes, will give you a title. So for instance, these guys like to play. Regardless, they'll just constantly play. So with these, you would go to them and be like, hey, you want to play my game? Try it out. Art, if you're looking for art style, you go to this person for whatever art style they have. And then designers between like making levels. So it's kind of nice compared to how Little Big Planet was. It was a little bit bunched up, but in this one, you're titled depending on how you act in the game. And I think that's kind of creative because then that gives me a title whether or not people would want to come for me to play their levels or me to design a level and all that stuff, which is great. Alright, so let's go into other stuff. This is the main menu. Now, again, everything on here is not going to be exactly how you see it now. It's going to probably change during the time this is over. Right now, the beta ends on the 4th, so this is why I'm putting it up now, so you guys have an understanding. Dream surfing, of course, is you come, you play, and kind of explore other people's creation, just to get an idea. Like, look at this. Somebody actually recreated PT. I think we should jump in and check it out. So right now, I feel a little tall. Like, too tall. The movement is... Oh, wow. Wow, they got the sound going in. This is not bad. They actually put it in American time and not Army time. Wow. They really did a good job. Already they put the hello. Look at that. See what dreams can do? Santiago, no, I am not playing this in VR. The VR functionality in the beta is not available yet. Once the real game comes out, then you can play this in VR.
The girl was found shot once in the chest from point-blank range. The mother, who was shot in the stomach, was pregnant at the time. Police arriving on scene after neighbors called 911 found the father in his car listening to the radio. Several days before the murders, neighbors say they heard the father repeating a sequence of numbers in a loud voice. They said it was
Look
like
at
he was
the details on the
chanting some
radio.
strange
See what you
spell.
could do on this game?
There was another family shot to death
Oh yeah,
in
no
the same
problem.
state last month, and in December last year, a man...
I don't know if the picture was supposed to fall like that. Oh, and you could do the zoom in. Wow, they put a lot of work into this. Look, you can even actually look through this.
Father went to the trunk of his car, retrieved the rifle, and shot his wife as she was cleaning up the kitchen after lunch.
This sink is too clean. Hey, I didn't close the door. Oh, that's awesome. Well, can I get out now? They did all of this? Wow. See, now I gotta step it up with my level if I'm gonna do this. Can I go now? Okay, so now I can open the door. So that was kind of nice. They actually put in the effects. I would play this in VR. Like, if the once the VR function happens, I would seriously play this in VR. So yeah, I'm definitely hoping. It's nice that they recreate most of this stuff, because then it gives you a feel that in dreams you can do a lot. And just to throw it at you, if you do recreate a game based off of a game that exists, depending on what happens, the developers can remove or ask for the Media Molecule to remove your game off the servers and all that stuff. So you got to be careful with that. Now, this is mostly a fan game or a game that doesn't exist anymore, so I think it's all right to actually recreate this. But I don't know how long this thing goes. This is pretty neat. I'm not... Okay, can I do anything?
Don't touch that dial now. We're just getting
I don't know how they're going to pull off the jump scare for this. Alright, let's keep moving, because I know for a fact, like, that's good. They did a good job. Let me exit the creation. Let's go to another one, because I could be there all day if I wanted to. Alright, now this was done by Media Molecule. I think they showed this off at E3 and all that stuff, so we'll just take a tour and check it out. This is their little menu. Now, of course, if you had other ships, you could probably select any other ship. You can take off. Let's take off. So this is pretty cool. Again, all in Dreams. Any missiles? Missiles? No? But the fact that you can create these stuff is really amazing. Ugh. Alright. Like I said, I know that's going to be a good copy. So yeah, mostly when you're using the move controllers, moving it up and down, left and right, that's all your movement. So, some people might like it, some people might not. Alrighty. Oh, this one based it off The Legends of Zelda. I don't know if the Zelda looks accurate. I mean, of course, if you animate it a little bit more, then sure. I give him credit. Now, here's the cool thing. As much as you see the music was done by this person, the character making was done by that person, even though you use some of these features from other people, you still get credit. The names will automatically be registered on this level once it's up and about. So that's the good thing about this game versus Little Big Planet. In Little Big Planet, anybody could take your creation and be like, yep, this is mine, and not give you credit, regardless of what they say. So when it came to like people asking me, hey, can I have like your FNAF characters and all this stuff? And I'm like, no, not really. I mean, there were times where people can take it. I didn't really care afterwards because the game was broken because there's no way to fix it now. But with Dreams, I don't have to worry about it. I can create and then just post it up, and then people can take it, and I still get credit regardless of who takes it without me knowing. Because I'll know. It's just, you know, it'll alert you if somebody used it and all that stuff, which is good. Alright, well with that said, that was that. That was just a little test run of just the music, the atmosphere, the character, which he should be a little smaller in my opinion. But, yeah, not bad, not bad, not bad. Alright, so let's check something else out. So I want to go into one of the tutorials for a moment, just to give you an idea. Well, actually, you know what? Let me go into, can I just, no, not home. So I am categorized as art, which is awesome, meaning I create. That's purely awesome. And I think I guess that suits me, because usually in Little Big Planet, I usually am able to create a segment of, like, creating the level is actually not bad for me, but designing it, you know, that's another category, I guess. All right. So what I want to do was I want to go into, well, might as well check out the browse and create for you guys, just so you guys have an understanding. Again, this is not going to be a long stream, but with it, you have all these categories between vehicles. Like if you like this, oh, wow. Wow. Okay. So yeah, if you like this vehicle, you can actually download it, add it to your roster. But wow, look at that! Just look at all these vehicle creations, and it's already named. So all you have to do is just seriously pick it out and put it in your level, and they get credit for it being used a lot. You know, so if you're that type of person that can't design levels but just wants to create a figure or something, this is literally what you can do. And again, you get credit for it, people will like it, and then that's another way you can get follows. So yeah, that's pretty neat. Oh my gosh. Animation. Now, oh my gosh, animation is the one thing I'm still learning with this game, and if you can get down with the animation, you should be good. All right, I saw that's a default dance. Oh no, somebody did the Fortnite dance. Okay, I got it. I gotta check it out. All right, can we? All right, so you can actually do. Wow, the fact they got that to animate, they got they got the default dance to animate. I give them credit for that. All right, let's go to another one. Let's check this one out. Now, I don't know if this is art or if it's something based off just animation journal. Like you can see here, this is everything they have done to create music, create sound. I guess just to make this animated. Anyway, let's check it out. Well, I think they're hugging. Whoa. Um, um. Okay, so let's put this in play mode and see what we're looking at. I give them credit for trying. Oh, wow. That was nice. In some cases, it's nice, but I bet the more you play with this, getting the avatars to work and all that stuff, you can probably get this to really move fluently. Oh, man. Dreams is an interesting application. It beats Little Big Planet right now. It's going more in depth in creating your own level, or actually your very own game, without actually using the actual program itself, which probably costs a lot of money. Yeah, like I said, animation is the one thing I'm trying to learn. Like, I can create the character, and some of these gadgets are similar to Little Big Planet, so if you have played Little Big Planet, you should be able to adapt very quickly, but then you're going to learn because you're in a 3D perspective now and not a 2D with 16 layers. All right, so let's check this out. What are we looking at with the animation? Oh, okay. So let me go into play. Let's control this guy. All right, so with this one, wield sword. Can I get my... Oh, okay. All right, that's not bad with the animation. And then you could taunt. And then, oh, nice dodge roll. Okay. Hey, not bad. Good job. Wow. All right. If you guys have any questions on this, please ask, because like I said, this is like kind of a quick thing that I'm just kind of doing to show and put it on my channel, because February 4th is like the end of the is basically the end of the beta, and then we won't have access to this anymore, and then we're just kind of back to waiting until the release date. But this is great. So if you're an animator, definitely try this out, because I guarantee this is pretty interesting. All right, so triangle to cross. that would be kind of confusing. Okay. Again, the animation is one thing I have to learn. Oh man, so much to do, or so much to look into. But yeah, that's the animation. Let's see what else they got. And then different types of instruments. That's the sound effects. I mean, like I said, you can just create anything you guys want. I mean, you can go on and on with this. Let me see what they got. Oh wow, even my character's up there. Oh wow. Wait, not that one. I was looking at this one. Let's check this out. They just wow. That's pure in depth. I envy people with good talent like this. They even did the ruffles on the shirt. And then it looks like just a regular doll. I mean, size and all. But you know this person has great artistic with the face, the shirt, and then eventually when it gets to the foot, that's like when it kind of loses it. But you know what? You do what you do. But I still give them credit for creating this. This is real good. Dang. Hating. All right. Let's see what else. Now these are just characters, so likely they just make the character model and they just throw it on there, and then from there you either accept it or not. But okay. Wow. Let's look at this. Look at that. Man. These are like creatures you can have in your like levels and such. You can like make miniature ones and all that stuff. You got the light. Dang it. I can't compete with these guys. And I think you can control it. Let me see. Let me see if I can control it. Yeah, you can control them too. So I wonder. Look at that. Even the animation they put into more in depth with it. Oh man. So much to look at. All right. This one actually made it to the top 10. All right, let's check it out. So the fact that they created this. Now, let's like really look at it, cuz this is like a all right. Let me pause for a second. Wow. Okay. Acceleration, lunge. Why swim down, up, and up, down? I mean, it's almost like flying an airplane, or yeah, an airplane, really. Oh well, they got that in reverse, but I don't think they care. No. Sergio. Hi. Yep, this is live. So whatever questions you have and you want to ask about it, let me know. But yeah, this is gosh darn it. So much practice I have to put into this if I want to get to this type of artistic. But this is like pure artistic. Like people probably mastered this using the move controllers or something. I think the move controllers will probably do me better than DualShock because just wow with the character designs. All right, so that can you even showcase scenes? Let me see. Boop. All right, well that's old. And all right. Okay. All right. Let's see. So even See, this is why I'm liking Dreams right now, because I like the fact that when you don't have an idea and you're just looking for scenarios and you're like looking for that one creator that can probably help you in something, they could do this, right? They could do it where they can give you a rundown of things to give you to use. So it's kind of nice. This is like an artwork, a fixed camera artwork, actually. Wow, this is nice. A lot of creators who got in the beta are longtime LBP fans, and they have an advantage. Yes and no. Like, I've been an LBP fan since day one of Little Big Planet, and the fact of me being able to create something like this, yes, you may have an advantage, but I don't even have this concept. Like, with Little Big Planet, I was making, like, basic shapes and kind of making it into something, which was the one thing. But the good thing about it is you don't have to be an artistic person, right? You don't have to be. Like, look what happened. I just leveled up, and all I did was jump into levels and all that stuff. Just to give you guys a little rundown. So, yes. I like to do art. Thank you. I think. So yeah, I'm categorized as an artistic person. But I'm not big into the art, but, you know, I can still do it because it's all done by shapes. That's the concept I learn when it comes to drawing. It's all done by shapes. But when it comes to detailing it and making it into something that would stick out is the trouble I'm having. But here's another cool thing they do. Now they got this thing called Community Jam. With it, you can, like, if you really don't have that creative mind and you just want to think of something but you don't know what to think of, Media Molecule started this Community Jam where they'll think of a theme. Theme is Chinese New Year. Make something up based off Chinese New Year's. And so with that, they, let's see, Contenders. Play these Contenders and vote for one. So you could be like a little tester and test the basis of the theme. So this theme, again, we're on Chinese New Year. So let's see what it's about. Oh my gosh, it's a movie. I think something's wrong with that hand, though. I don't know why it keeps twisting. Okay, so I know this is going to be very, very long. I give him credit for that. I mean, well. No, I did not play the Grape Escape. Is that even on here? I mean, now that you kind of just shot a name out. Alright. Let's just look at the layout. Now, in Little Big Planet, of course, you basically have a map. Now they just give you a simple square. That's it. Just a simple square. I'm still learning the basic of this game. I'm still learning the basics of the controls. Eventually, I want to learn how to use the move controls because I feel like I'm going to have a better chance using the move controls than the DualShock. I think that the HUD is pretty simplistic. So if you're searching for something, you can search for it without having to build it. They even made a DualShock. If you're looking for the tools like move, stretch, clone, and all that stuff, it's right all in here. This is basically where you kind of get your aspect of actually creating. So for sculpturing, you just basically sculpture by dragging, holding the X or the R2 and start dragging it. If you don't like it, I think, yeah, it's the left directional button. If you want to delete something, basically you kind of hover it over. Now, the one thing I notice is it's still there, but I'm actually hovering it with some type of outline because if I decide to move it, let me see if I can remember. Yeah. So here's my invisible thingy that I did, but yet I'm still moving it around like I can recreate it. It's weird. So I don't know if that's a thing. It's kind of hard. I tried it. I got to get used to the camera moving around with it. Puppeteering in dreams is just magic. Yes, it is. You are correct. It is. I'm actually surprised how how artistic you can get with this game. It's gonna take a lot. To me, it's gonna take a lot because it's a new learning curve compared to just knowing Little Big Planet. So yeah, even though you played Little Big Planet, this is so different from Little Big Planet. This is a whole new aspect of it. Okay, I'm trying to remember stuff right now. Okay. Ugh. All right, so where am I? Okay, I know that. Okay, exit. Oh my gosh, yeah. Your brain has to reteach yourself. Like I went through the tutorial just to understand half of this stuff. And just creating anything is pretty simple, actually. All right, let's just, I don't know. I have no idea what that is, but I'm calling it art. I mean, moving it around is great. I don't know if they updated it recently. And let's just move something around. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out. L1 and clone. And then, of course, rotating it is like moving your controller around, which is not bad. I mean, just creating a little shape, you could just make it into something. So I know for a fact I created rocks, regardless of what people say. I created rocks because rocks are easy to make and they come in all shapes and sizes. Screw you, Mother Nature. All right, let's see. Yeah, I'm still trying to learn. Oh, there we go. Rotating. Ugh. It's like trying to remember the concept of what you were doing. Boom. And then you want to make a clone of that. All right. So yeah, we'll just start from there just to give an aspect. Yeah, it looks like it's going to come in the fall for this to happen because I am not seeing it happen anytime soon with other features and such. Let's see. Let's Okay, it's L1 and circle. Yeah, the shortcuts are going to be your best tool. Um, but yeah, it's amazing. Like in Little Big Planet, you had to really go into so much kind of ways of moving around that in this one, you don't really have to think too much. You just grab a shape, you know what this shape could be, and then you just kind of scribble around. Oh yeah, thank you Fortnite for the congrats on that. Yeah, I made it 2K. I'm very surprised. I'm actually happy, but you know what? It happened, and I'm actually happy for that. Yeah. What do I want to do? I want to create water because it's water. Um, ugh. All right. So I want to use. I guess I just want to use a flat surface for this one. And now this is where you want to go into like other things. So like for instance, the smear paste or the smear shape is basically what I did for the rocks. And then you could just do a shape. And with that, uh, I think I can resize it. Yeah, I can resize it. Do you hate it when a girl likes you but you don't like her? Um, um, I guess that's an interesting question. Well, all right, I'm just gonna kind of be honest with this one. So if a girl likes me, but I don't like them in the way that they like me, there's nothing you can do about it. The only way you can do it is just to kind of tell her instead of kind of avoiding it, because the more you avoid it, it's going to be really hard for you to get out of the situation that you're in. So, and I'm just being very honest with you when it comes to trying to just speak your mind, because if you don't speak your mind, you're just gonna have trouble. But that's a totally different topic. Especially we're in dreams right now. Let's deal with dreams. If you want to talk about stuff like that, you got to join my Discord and we could talk like that. Oh man, that's a totally different topic. All right, I am trying to figure out this. Yeah, this little menu I popped up. You can you can do a couple of size changes. This is like I'm trying to remember half of this stuff, and I went through all the little um, scenarios of how this works. So that's tinting, that's color motions, that's shaping, that's waxing, glowing. There's a thing where you can change the size of your where you can change the size of a block. And I'm again, this is me trying to get my mind in place. Okay. Yeah, sorry if I went quiet. I'm like trying to get my mind back in order. All right. And I'm trying to figure out half of this stuff. Oh my gosh, it's been so long. Like I've only did it for like 3 days, created a game. All right. Is the final game going to include the Made in Dreams logo or can you remove it? All right. Now, again, you see the logo on the bottom right. Yes, we know that. That's going to be removed. All right. That will definitely be removed. Hold L2 on the block. Thank you. Thank you, Justin. You're awesome. So I know. Oh, let me go back. Let me go back into that. Now I know you can rotate. I know you can resize it, but there was a thing where you can stretch it. And that was the one thing you learned in and that's starting a new sculpture. There was one thing you learned where you can actually. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, crud. What's that one shortcut where realign where you can kind of stretch the item? No. No. Oh, you meant... Yeah, see, that was another thing, Justin. I forgot that. My favorite show right now. I am so sorry. I'm right now trying to go through all this concept. I'm actually kind of creating something. But, actually, you know what? Let's not do that. Let's pick something here. No, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. Let's go into the paint. Alright, we're going to just paint something. And I know there's a way to duplicate or stretch out an image. So let's just use this, for example. Change the color to, let's just say white. The game should include physical manual when you buy the physical copy. Now, what do you mean by a physical manual? I mean, nowadays everything's digital. Or digital manual. What is this game called, Fortnite? It's called Dreams, but right now I'm just trying to get my groove back on with this game. So for instance, I want to... Okay, there's the zoom in part. Alright, so with that, I want to... No, I don't want to do that. Rotate, resize, frame. Eh! Now what is this? Frame. Nope. What is this? Grip. Okay, I know the mirroring. I know that one. That's when you want to make flowers. The lighting. Texture. Ah, you know what? I'm going to seriously... I got to... Oh, man. I gotta go back into the tutorial. Actually, I want to save this, actually. Can I save this? Let me save this. Move, expand. Yeah, I'm in assembly. Move, stretch, right? Oops. Stop it. Alright. Well, that's not stretching. Anyway, so let me do something. I am going to go back in tutorial because this is something... Do a little quick save. I'll just leave it as default. Yeah, you get to lose your save data once you do it, or once the beta is closed. So they said if you want to save it and transfer it to your to the full release, because they are allowing it, you would have to save it in the cloud, and that's technically what you're doing. So let me just kind of back out for a moment and get my bearings because I forgot everything in this game. Now, mind you me, if you guys knew me from Little Big Planet, awesome, you know I'm going to be jumping on Dreams because I want to start creating. But with Little Big Planet being broken, it's kind of hard to implement that. And since Little Big Planet was nice structure for me to kind of get my creativity on, or just basically importing games based off of PC games that everybody usually plays, that's technically what I did. Alright, so I'm just trying to get my bearings straight with... I think it's this. No, that's animation. This is the logic. Let's do it. No, not that one. That's destroying and checkpoints. Gameplay tutorial. Physics. Alright, let's do animation. Keyframe. There was one where it's all about... Okay, let's do the art. Ah, there we go. This is the one. So with this one, it tells you about the smearing, the editing, the sculpturing. I mean, with all of this, this gives you a really good scenario. And it's kind of hard sometimes because I'm even having trouble.
Are you new to sculpting?
No, I'm not new to sculpting. You can see this is what I did.
I can show you how to sculpt your...
Hey, stop. Alright. So, I like to make some music in this game because they took half of the tools from GarageBand and Logic, and I'm a music producer, so it's perfect. How's the controls? The controls, they're not as bad. They're actually uniquely good. in perspective of in movement, making, creating. It's just the one thing right now that's killing my mind is the shortcuts, the functionalities of where to go and what to do. So, just for instance, if I move this object here, I want to like realign it or something. Like I'm going to kind of start from scratch. I am not going to overdo it, but looks like I might.
Own objects from scratch, which will come in handy, because Cuthbert has helpfully stranded himself.
So I'll let him talk. Again. But can I minimize this?
Luckily,
oh,
Connie
cool.
knows we can
you can minimize that.
In sculpt mode to get to Cuthbert and escort
what is something
him to
I dislike about Dreams? Nothing
Go
yet.
To the assembly menu. Press square to open it if it's closed.
I don't really have
with the X button.
a problem with it just yet.
Select sculpt mode with X.
I think right now the only thing I'd probably say is to zoom in and zoom out. Like for instance, I have to hold R1 to zoom in and zoom out. L1 is to go up and down. And then there are times where I want to bring my character up close, but
notice that when you're in sculpt
yeah,
mode,
a bit of the creativity is there.
The sculpture will be blurred and grayed out to help you focus on what you're creating.
See, how did I curve from that?
You can adjust the visual feedback
because then I would have to do it. Do you think
two
move control? It probably would be, but I'm waiting until the VR functionality kicks in. Once the VR functionality kicks in, then
the shapes menu will always be open
probably look into it.
And the smear shape tool will be equipped to your imp.
So I want to put the grid up because the grid I like the grid on here. The grid actually works a lot better.
For making organic forms.
All right.
Before we start smearing, move your view a bit closer to the action, looking side on to the first gap by Connie.
See?
Make sure
so with that said, it makes grid a lot easier.
And that your imp can reach them. Since we want to build an organic structure for Connie to walk on, we should probably pick an appropriate shape. So, select one from the Shapes menu, and then you can see it to the end of your imp. Use the up and down directional buttons.
Now, I know there was a way you can kind of direct it
While you
and
have
all
a
that
shape
stuff.
on your imp, you can use the grab cam to zoom in and out. Just hold R1 and use the left stick. Now position your imp next to the platform on one side of the gap.
Let me see.
Then hold down R2 and use the motion sensor function or left stick to smear your shape in the gap so that Connie can walk on it.
Then what I want to
If you
do
want
is I
to
want
have
to
another
clone
go
that.
at it, just undo using the left directional button. Feel free to let go and press R2 as many times as you want.
There was a thing called like
Each
a
press will
duplicator,
create a new
and
edit
that's
within your
what I'm
sculpture.
trying to remember.
Bear in mind that all the edits you make are all part of a single sculpture, even if they aren't connected. That means in assembly mode, they'll behave like a single object. Why not try out different shapes to see what works best?
And
Try
then I like the
holding
grouping,
L2 as you
where you
sculpt,
could just kind of group
and
it
use
all
the left
together
and right
and make it
sticks
into
to
one
rotate
solid
the
item.
shape.
It really makes it a lot easier now.
Maybe try making
It's
something
it's
like
just
a rock
so hard
formation
right now
or a
to
tree
really
trunk.
think about it.
The cool thing is sculpts are automatically physical, so they can be walked on by puppets like Connie immediately. So when you want to try it out, switch to play mode in the options menu and get Connie to walk around on your sculpture.
I don't think it was this one that you
When
learn.
you're happy to move on, go back to edit mode and proceed to the next step.
Yeah, I don't think it was this one you learn. I know it was something... Yeah, I think it was this one. I don't know. Now I gotta go back. I really gotta go back and like try to figure out. Because there was a tutorial where you can duplicate the stairs. But yeah, you're saying L2 and R2 or R2 and L2. One or the other where you're just kind of extending it. And that was the one thing. Let me see. I think that was like at the beginning. Come on, where are you? All tutorials. Yeah, we'll just do all tutorials because that's where I seen it. There we go. This is the one. grouping objects, scoping it in and out of groups, selecting objects, grouping objects, scoping in and out of groups. We'll do that one.
Our bridge needs a little work if it's going to reach the next platform, which is the perfect opportunity to learn a new technique, scoping in. Scoping in means you can jump into a group and edit its contents individually without having to ungroup it first.
Now,
And
L1
since
and
you can
R2
only
is
edit things
making
inside the group,
copies.
You don't have to worry about messing up anything outside it. Let's give it a try now. Select the bridge with X if it isn't already. Then, see the Scope In button near the bottom of the context menu. Ah, it's showing you a shortcut for it. L1 and X. So, hover over the bridge group, hold L1 and press X. And now you're scoped in.
Yeah, that's just the
We
scoping
can
in
now
part.
edit all the parts as if it wasn't a group. If you really want to focus on just the group, you can hide everything else in the scene.
Which is good.
Just select the eye icon in the context menu to hide and unhide the rest of the scene. There's
And what
also a
was it?
scope out button in the top right corner.
Yeah, we get that.
This is how you exit groups. Try scoping out now. Select the button with X or use the shortcuts L1 and circle. That's it.
Frank,
Now scope back in again.
I
so
don't
we can
know
fix the
just yet.
bridge.
Like, I was just creating, and next thing you know, my
Have you
mind
created
just...
a wonderful staircase?
No, I did not
I'm
create
sure
the
you
wonderful...
have.
No, I haven't.
Connie just needs a little more help before she can save poor old Cuthbert from himself. Luckily, you can now simply clone your staircase group to reach the final platform.
I guess.
Use the clone shortcut L1 and R2.
So yeah, I think it was back...
Have you created a
previous one.
Our bridge needs a little
I
work
wish
if
there
it's
was a way
going
to
reach
fast
the
forward.
next
That's
platform,
the one thing that they
which
need
is
to
the
throw in
perfect
there in the
opportunity to
tutorial.
learn a new
Because it's not
technique,
like you want to sit through the
scoping
whole
in.
thing. Because I
Scoping
cloned
in
it
means
before.
you can jump into a group
Ah, I
and
can't
edit its
remember.
contents individually without having to ungroup it first. And since you can only
Yeah,
edit things
tutorials
inside
are
the
long,
group,
but it's
you
worth
don't
it
have to
because
worry
you
about
really
messing
want to
up anything
learn
outside it.
the concept of this.
Let's give it a try now.
And I was
Select
just
the bridge
creating a
with X
little
if it isn't already.
place.
Then see the scope in button near the bottom
All right,
of
so
the
let me
context
just
menu.
delete you.
Ah, it's showing
Let me
you a
see if
shortcut
I remember
for it.
something here.
L1 and X. So, hover over the bridge group, hold L1 and press X. And now you're scoped in. We can now edit all the parts as if it wasn't a group. If you really want to focus on just the group, you can hide everything else in the scene.
I'll probably use the grid a lot
Just
better.
select the eye icon in the context menu.
See, this is the
to
one thing
hide
I
and
don't like is
unhide
the
the rest
controls.
of the
So
scene.
even though I was looking at a upscale position,
There's also
and
a
then
scope out
also
button in
when
the
you're
top right corner.
adjusting, you're using the move controller to
This
kind
is
of
how you
do the
exit groups.
rotation, and you don't want to do that.
Try scoping out now. Select the button
Ugh,
with X
there we go.
or use the shortcuts L1 and circle. That's it.
I'm kind of
Now
waiting
scope back in
for
again so we can
this
fix
guy
the bridge.
to talk about the bridge
Just
thingy.
hover over it, hold
Uh-huh.
L1 and press X.
Yep, you already
I
did
think
that.
what Connie needs to reach the next platform is a staircase.
Yes,
So use
staircase.
the move and clone tools to create a new one.
Yes, I know. Yes. That's what I need to learn. It's probably in the previous one.
You know, this bridge would be really... Welcome to part 4 of our
Yeah,
Start
yeah,
Tuning
yeah.
tutorials. This time round,
I know,
I'll show
it's-
you how to select and group your creations, as well as how to scope in and out of groups. Ah, I see Cuthbert has managed to get himself stranded again. Connie, how do you put up with him? What a silly cube.
All right, so
Well,
if
with
I
Connie's
was
help, we
to
can get him out. And at least someone
clone-
left behind a block for us to use. Remember how to repeat clone blocks to create a bridge?
There we go.
Well, let's do that again.
I remember now. Okay, let's get out of here. Now I remember. Oh, man. So yeah, they added this thing where you clone the concept. So instead of just having to go through like certain um, figments of like copy paste, you just clone it and it automatically makes you like a bridge or stairs. It makes it so easy. Now I remember, let's go back to my artwork or whatever I was creating. My creation. Yeah, I was just in here. All right, edit. All right. So, rivers, waters, all that other stuff. Technically, I want to change the coding of this. So yeah, it's kind of nice that you can do all this. Let me see. Cool. Then you can just add some waves. Let's see. Ooh, this looks good. The colors. Actually, let's put it in a light blue. Yeah, I've created Freddy, but I want to see if I could put more detail into it. Then I know you can animate it. Alright, so if I was to clone it, like I would put it right here. And then, there you go. That, changing the frames. See, it's kind of cool. I can stretch it at an angle without having to make individuals. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But it's the camera thing that's throwing me off right now. I can curve it too. Ugh. Now I know there was another way you can animate it, which I think goes into here. You can add a little. I can make it short. I can separate the grooves. There we go. Come on. Animation loop. Speed 10. Make waves. Water flow. Throbbing. Oh. No evaporation. Hand drawn. Duplicates. Yeah, that's cool where you can actually simulate rain. And instead of like making random droplets, you could just make one line, and that one line can become multiple lines. Yeah, I think you do. To me, I don't think you don't, but I think you could just go into here and just be able to do it. Again, it's been so long. But yeah, we'll go into logics and check it out. All right, let's jump into gadgets, gameplay, logic. I really don't think you had to, because when you went into the animation part taught you a lot. But let me check. This is just me recapping a lot of stuff because this is just something. No, I don't want to play it. Because when it comes to using finish, coding, tinting, style mode, using finishing, effect mode, dimension, paint strokes, glow, and then hiding. Let's go into effect mode, because I think effect mode is what
Our
it
river
is.
looks nice and shiny now, but something's missing. It doesn't flow like water does. But there's a magical tool for that in
The
effects
temperature or the
It's called the
thermometer
flow
or third, I don't know what you're talking about.
mode. Leave code
But
mode if
I
you
don't
haven't already.
think
and
you
enter
have to
effects
do too
mode.
much.
The effects mode icon has some twinkly stars on it.
Ah, it's the
Isn't
effects
that nice? Alongside the flow tool, you'll notice the other animated effects that you can apply to sculptures and paintings.
mode. Yeah.
But for now, we'll pick the flow tool. Its icon
Yeah,
is a tap, or a faucet if you're from America.
that's what it is.
Press X over the flow tool to select it.
And then that's
and
how
use
you
R2
create
to
the
apply it to the river.
animation. Oh my gosh. So yeah, when this game comes out, I'm gonna like spend a lot of time on it, because if I can at least bring back all my levels from Little Big Planet, which you can't, no more porting, by the way. This is a whole new fresh start. Then I'll probably do it. Alright, let's go back into editing. So yeah, it's in effects, where you could just... That's bubbly. That's interesting. So you could just create the group. I think it's because I did that. So since I went into here, I didn't do that, didn't do that. I didn't do that. I did that. Alright, so yeah, because I messed with the thing. See, now the animation's kicking in. What else did I do? Nope, that's it. That's all I did. Like, I could let it play right now. Simplistic, but... Oops. But I guess when I go into effect, is basically where this portion would become animated. There we go. Yep. 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 Now I remember. Memory's coming in. Memory's kicking in. Delete all that. So yeah, it's pretty easy to make water flow without having to actually implement little effects. Just by... I don't know if it's published, but that would be nice to play it, but I don't think it is published. I think they only did it for that little event. Oh man. All right. So if I wanted to paint, let's see, a little Ripley effect. I don't even know what I just did, but I just did it anyway. Yeah, it's the controls. I'm really, like, I don't know if it's just the sensitivity, but even I'm a little bit skeptic with it. And of course, I probably want to animate that a little bit. That's where the effects tool comes in, because all you would do is just add a couple of stuff, and then it just turns into an effect, which is pretty interesting. See, this is what I like about this. it makes designing more fun and not complicated. And I want to edit sculpt, tweak select. Yeah, tweak. No, I don't want it that. I think it is, but I don't know. It just, I'll have to seriously try the move controller though, because I am curious myself. It's like, is it really meant for the move controller? But I feel like it's not, because I think that's going to be even more of a hassle. But I know you could take off the motion controls in the setting. I don't know if that feature is available yet. Let's see, what do I want to add in this? We need clouds. Let's see, cubicle. Splat, heavy, hatch. That's really all? Wow. Hexagon. Alright, we'll use the splat. Good. We created our cloud. Boom. Now we create more clouds. Actually, you know what? Well, that's an artistic cloud. Who cares? Oh yeah, I see why I'm doing it wrong. Now, do I want to animate it? I think I could animate it. Let me see. Great. Now I got myself into all this creativity. I don't know why. I didn't expect to get into the creativity part. I was just going to be like, yeah, let's just show and demonstrate and, call it a day. Nope. Had to go and darn create something. All right. So the cool part is, for instance, with this feature, because I'm going to see if I can do this right, I can pick a shape. And if you want to create that perfect shape like a tree, which that's what I'm going to create, you want to just use a stamp. But with the temperature gauge, I don't think you can really do too much, or I don't think you can overload this a lot, because I think you can really, really make a lot out of it. All right, so I want to take a copy of this and then add in some clones. And you can curve it around, so that's pretty cool too. The fact you can curve it. You would never expect that. That's why I like the cloning machine. And then, let's see. Like I said, all it takes is shapes. Just simple shapes. Should I use it? No, not a sphere. All right, we'll use the wedge. I was thinking about it, but I'm just going to stick with the shapes for a moment. Ah, I did it again. Ah, dang it. Change the size. All right, so just plant one, and then let's clone it. And then you can curve it like that. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, I'll use that later. Boom. Look at that. That's awesome. And now, all I will have to do is clone you. Oh, you're going to like this. I think this is going to work. Watch. So we'll start here and start cloning. I mean, that's too big of a... Let's lessen it up. Yeah, that's pretty interesting that I could do that. Very thin, though. And then I want to group all of these. Which I didn't group them all, but okay. Ah! Overkill. I think the hard thing that I'm going to have trouble is sculpting. Sculpting is like the one thing I'm going to have a hard problem with. Now I do want to... probably create another one. Yeah. Boom. Okay. You know what? That's fine. Again, I'm trying not to overdo this because I know for a fact if I play this, I want to play it when the real game comes out. All right? Just throwing it out there. When the real game comes out, if I have to have one of those sessions where I'm creating a level and all that stuff, I will do that. But I know for a fact if I do this on the beta, it's just going to keep me too much. But you get the concept. This is what you could do. You could do all these awesome stuff. You can, if you're a person that kind of has trouble with levels and creating and all that stuff, and you just want to use other people's concept, you can do that. I think this is probably their best work yet due to the fact of how organized and structured it is as a game in itself. It kind of, I'm going to say this, it beats Little Big Planet. It literally beats Little Big Planet. And I grew up with Little Big Planet from the first to the last, from the Vita to now. And, you know, the last one was good in concepts, but it was bad with the networking and the gadgets and everything. I mean, you can put it all together and it may work, it may not. It was also cross-platform between PS3 and PS4, so that also did a conflict too. But the fact that now this is strictly for PS4 and everybody's on the same network, I'm sorry to say, but this is the winner. This is literally Little Big Planet of what it should have been if they had more power. So yeah, I'm sticking to this when it comes out. So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna stop here because again, I was supposed to give you guys a tour. I did, but I went into my creative mode where I'm just sitting here creating, and I know a lot of people enjoy watching other creators create. I have no problem with that whatsoever. But like I said, when the full game comes out, then and only then I will work on it. And then, of course, everybody can come and watch and all that stuff and support. All right. So I'm stopping here. Hope to see you guys another time. And hopefully, once this comes out, I'll be back into my creative mode and depart ways from Little Big Planet. How about that Kingdom Hearts?